Hi guys, it's Diane. Let me get you situated here. Southern City Girl, how you guys doing today? Today what I'm going to show you, what I want to do is, I'm going to make a bologna spread or a ham spread. Some people call it a ham spread, some people call it bologna spread. My dad used to make this all the time, and it was really good, and we like it. We like it here less than I do, so we're going to do that today. It's simple, you guys. This is something that you could probably do in less than 10 minutes. It'd be a good dip for parties or get-togethers. For New Year's coming up would be really good. And we like it on sandwiches. Les and I eat it on sandwiches, and you can eat it with crackers. And so let's get started. Let me show you what we're going to do. Now, I've already got half of it ground up, and I'm going to show you. Get you down here so you can see. And tighten up my thing here. Okay. Now I have to do it in like 2 or 3 different parts because my little grinder here is very small. You might have a bigger one. But you're going to want to get a pretty good slice of bologna. This is what I have, is beef bologna. Or you can use pieces of ham from leftover Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever you might have here. And what we're going to do with this was a whole round thing right here. But I've already ground up half of it. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to cut it into small squares so that we can put it in our little grinder. And you want to, it depends on, well, if you have a really big processor or a bigger grinder than what I have, you probably won't have to chop this up like I'm doing. But I'm doing my pieces probably about that size right there because of my small grinder here. So I'm going to put about half of it in. And you don't want to keep going and grinding and grinding. You can't hear me when this is on, sorry. You don't want to keep going and grinding it until it's mushy. This right here is the texture that you guys are going to want to get. See that? See how it looks like crumbly? Looks like dried oatmeal. That's about the size that you want right there. Okay, so I'm going to grind this up here. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, and sometimes, now because I have a small one, it's probably why mine has chunks in it like that. So I'm going to take this out and just add it to my next batch that I do. So I'm going to take this and add this to my bowl of the other half that I did. And this makes a lot, you guys. And like I said, I'm using all beef bologna. You can use ham. I'm going to put the rest of it in here. You can use ham if you want. You can probably use chicken or turkey. I've never tried it with chicken or turkey. Those of you that can't eat beef or pork, try that. Okay? So now I'm going to grind up the rest of it. Just a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. So we're going to put this in here. Remember, if you have some big pieces left over that didn't get ground up, then you just put it back in your grinder. But this looks pretty good. Okay, so let me show you again the texture. Okay, see, like that. Now see, that's a lot. Now, but we're going to put some other stuff in there, and it's even going to make more than this, you guys. So this is going to go a long way. You don't have to make that much. When I first started out and I showed you the half of the one that I made, which is probably about a half of a pound of chunk bologna, start out with that if this is too much for you. But if you're going to have a big gathering, this is about the perfect amount. So you get about a pound and a half of bologna, cut it up real small in small chunks, grind it in your grinder to this texture, Right there. Not mushy, but like that. Okay, now what you're going to do. Now, when I make this, my husband likes Miracle Whip. I don't like Miracle Whip, so we put mayonnaise in it. And when he makes him a sandwich, he'll just add some Miracle Whip in it. Now I'll have the recipe down so you guys will know the exact portions. But this is probably about, I would say maybe a half a cup of mayonnaise. So start out with that first. A half of a cup of mayonnaise. And you're going to use sweet relish. Doesn't matter what brand you use, but make sure it's sweet. You don't want the dill. Make sure it's sweet relish, already chopped up. You can make your own if you want, but it's so much easier if you have this. So I'm going to put 1. Drain off as much water as you can too, guys, because you don't want it to be soggy. 2. I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of sweet pickle relish. So if we need to add more, we will. But first, we're going to start off with this. And this does not take a lot of mayonnaise. If you guys make a chicken salad, turkey salad, or if you've made this before, you know that you start out little by little. And it depends on, and then it depends on how much you want on it. Some people like a lot of mayonnaise on it. I don't like to put a whole lot in there. And if you want it more, then that's up to you. That was about a half of a cup of mayonnaise, 3 tablespoons of pickle relish, about a pound of chunk bologna cut into some very small squares, and then you grind it in your processor to the consistency that I showed you. Now look, this is perfect. Look at that. Okay, let me show you over here. This is what you're looking for right there. See? Now, like I said, if you want a little bit more mayonnaise, that's fine, but I wouldn't put any more at first. Okay, now we're going to put it in a bowl, in a pretty bowl for your presentation. Okay, so we have that right here. You can use any kind of crackers you want. Ritz crackers, butter crackers, saltine crackers. You can go get some wheat thins, whichever one that you guys want to use, you use. I love Ritz crackers, so that's what I'm going to put around my bowl. Okay, there you go. Now look at this, guys. This is good. Really good. So I'm going to take a bite of it. Good. Easy. Simple, simple, simple. Doesn't take a lot of time. Now it's perfect if you're in a hurry. That's really good. I like it. I'll put the recipe down below. And there's just something simple for a get-together, a potluck. New Year's coming up. Perfect. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video. God bless you guys. Always remember who you are. Always forgive. And always be kind. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.